Yes,
Sure.
I've heard that many times.
Yeah,
Technological attacks.
Yes, the horrible
Yep.
robot
These
skeletons.
skeletons, when they hit it's a known reaction. I should have told you. My knowledge check revealed it. When they hit Grimmeth, Jonas's internet dies.
That is an insidious attack.
Chain reaction.
Like that spell in Magicka.
Yeah, I love that spell so
It's
much.
like it's Pimionomics.
Yep.
The Pimionomicon.
Yeah.
So-
alright then. Kenrick, so your turn.
Yeah, like, do I hear anything besides this skeleton ahead of us, or?
Nothing obvious. You could take a move action to listen around with a perception check.
I don't have much perception. I will. Well, since they are skeletons and the piercing weapons are not too good against them, I guess I will. Let's see. Need to get a bit closer. I will move over here and cast this acid splash on it again. Let's see.
Okay.
That was the range touch.
That does not manage to hit the skeleton.
Yeah. Okay.
This skeleton. Chandala.
Yes, this is my favorite part of the show. Let's shoot the skeleton. Move action to reload and blow it up.
How can you function without someone's shoulder to brace the musket?
I have Kenrick here.
Yeah.
Just put it up on his shoulders.
You don't really fire at that kind of angle.
Bent barrel gun.
Yeah, bent
That-
barrel.
Is a hit, and enough to also turn this skeleton into a pile of bones. I said into a pile of bones.
Hey, I'm so tired.
Skeleton's like, actually, I want to be handicapped for them.
No, I'm a picture. I'm
That's
doomed.
how it works.
I'm a picture.
This goes down.
2 hits, 2 kills so far. Chandala is
That's
feeling
that combat.
feeling well. Yes.
Zarin is glowing. Do you see it now?
Yes, it's quite dead, thank you.
That would be double dead. Yes.
It's re-dead? Deader.
Well, let's go with broken.
Oh, sure.
Let us see what we find if we venture further. Actually, no, I would like to...
Looking at Sarah like glaring daggers.
Actually, no, I would like to inspect it. And see what exactly we can learn. What sort of skill check would it be to inspect the corpse?
I believe that would be knowledge religion.
I mean, what's a casatha? Like that, I guess that's
That, on the other hand, would be
Yeah.
knowledge local to identify the race, essentially.
Well, for me, that's still knowledge religion.
Okay, you are pretty sure that these creatures you don't know anything about. However, they do look oddly familiar to the chalk drawings that you found in one of the caves earlier.
Yes. Well, I am quite positive that I'm not positive what they are.
Brilliant, Professor.
That's all I got.
Full round action to contemplate how halflings even survive an iota of adventuring, and no wonder why their bodies were found at the entrance into these caves. Zarin is actually trying to wrestle with his anger right now, God.
Look, man, I killed the Blintheim. You're welcome.
It's true.
That blind crit was something.
Oh.
Well,
Also,
Yeah,
there's one to the northeast, if you'd like to walk and see that too.
I'll take your word for it this time.
I'll prepare to... I'll delay until I see something come into my vision. Or rather, something into the light around here.
The dim light or the
Instead-
bright light?
the bright light. Something come into contact with somebody, then I'll act after that. If that's vague enough for you.
I'm pretty sure Zarin's never been this angry in his entire life.
Oh, don't worry. You know, I'll provoke emotion in you.
Oh.
It's all part of the experiments, yes.
Yeah.
The upstairs didn't work.
There's also one behind my right shoulder.
Oh. Oh,
I can see that one.
can actually see that
Barely.
one, yeah.
I mean, tip of its skull.
Well, I mean,
It is pretty fun being the only person with these visual powers. as I lose half of my hit points.
I could deselect my token, but what would the fun be in that?
Oh, shit.
Is it? I guess it's my turn. Seeing that there seems to be more of these things, I will cast some mage armor spell on myself.
Okay.
I guess that is in the active mods.
Yes.
Any place you want to move? Or are you good where you are?
I'll take a quick look after I find this spell here.
Well, you're not getting attacked immediately, and it is kind of important where you move to, so you could do that first.
Oh, okay. Well, it's always good to be surrounded by friends, so I'll move closer to Rotor here.
Okay.
Sure, got your back.
The skeleton will move towards you,
Ha! Now we'll
meaning that Rofor will take his turn.
take the right light zone. I can move up and hit it
You'll have to scooch him up in initiative.
Yeah, I
after it's
did. I didn't do it
just
fine.
right below
There.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll move up and simply swing my sword. Actually, I'm gonna activate power attack because screw these guys. Not gonna rage against this though, not yet.
That's right.
A little bit of AC.
You will bludgeon it with slashing damage. God damn it!
I mean, with enough, that is my way.
Turns out enough slashing damage is plenty.
Turn into dust.
The bones fall.
If I just blunt my sword against them.
Oh, stop turning to pictures. It's a setting I need to set when I start the server next time. Chandala.
Move up here. Can actually see that thing. And let's shoot the thing.
That is not a hit.
No, didn't think so.
Fabian.
well, I do still have my bow out. I will shoot at Skeleton 5. Let's see. Fuck it, let's be lucky. Let's be lucky this time. I'm not firing into melee for once.
Which means you're gonna miss.
Yeah.
You only hit when the odds are. Oh, actually, that's a really good.
I'm pretty sure that will deal no damage though.
You
Yeah.
hit, but the skeleton couldn't care less.
Yep.
I couldn't kill us.
Small arrow.
So,
Charging.
I'll do the
Must mean it's
reveals.
safe to go down in that sand.
With his
That-
bludgeoning weapon, Zarin like facial features like twisting into a mask of rage, and as he like rushes forward, boots clomping against the sand.
That is enough to create another pile of bones.
Haha! See, I've defeated it!
You're
Are you
brilliant,
sure
Professor.
you're a professor? I end my turn.
I'm a professor with a PhD in annoying Grimith.
And also
Annoying Zarin.
proud member of the Comedians Club for Seniors.
I don't think Pimian is that old.
I'm like 30.
Okay, he just speaks like an old man.
Yeah.
There's two more down here in close proximity to me.
To the south. Okay, we'll move a bit closer. And yeah, just wait until I can actually see some.
Yeah, you'll have to wait until my next turn.
Okay.
Or until they move in.
This guy's down. Roll.
Can actually we'll have to charge that, which I cannot do. So I guess we're just like moving over here, hoping to see. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'll like go there, and that's double move. So
Okay. Chandala.
Chandala steps down here. Sees the skeletons coming out of the darkness, and will try and shoot again.
Which one are you
Kaboom!
shooting at?
The one I can see 3.
Ah.
That is indeed a hit. And the bones clatter lifelessly to the ground.
Happy birthday to the image.
This guy. Yeah. Premier.
I'll move closer. And then fire at number 4. Actually, well, with the bonus, I can totally do enough damage to hurt it a little bit. Since I'm still lucky.
The lingering luckiness.
Yeah, I do still nothing.
You hit it square in the bones, and it does nothing.
lucky shot.
Oh, my bones!
Saren.
Them bones.
Well, I'm gonna try and hit it square in the bones. That is the sound of sadness approaching.
The sound of sadness.
Sound of
I
sadness.
think that's right.
That was a pretty good sound, actually.
Yeah, it seems your Oathbreaker's working now.
Yeah.
Press it into like the rib cage. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Kenrick.
Do you see any more of them?
I
Yes,
thought-
there is one approaching behind you, Heinrich.
Ooh.
God damn it!
Move over the rotor again and just be ready for anything.
Roll for.
Guess I'll go like up here to protect Chandala. That I can't see anything, so I mean, yeah, that's what's gonna have to be.
Well, Chandala can't see anything either, so she will ready an attack on anything that comes into you.
Okay. Have you reloaded yet?
No, I can use a move action to reload.
Well, but then you can't ready an action, I believe.
Can I ready an action if I do it as a swift?
Let's see. Let's look at the rules for a moment here.
Otherwise, I can do what
Okay.
Rother did and just
Readying is a standard action, so it's fine. You
Okay.
can reload and then ready an action.
reloading and readying.
Okay. The skeleton will indeed move into view.
Aha!
Well, looks like she doesn't even have to move you along the initiative thing.
Kaboom!
And if it's true that it's bludgeoning, which I'll believe
is.
you for now, it downs the skeleton.
At least that's what Hero Labs tells me it is.
And there do not seem to be any skeletons in view anymore, and it does not feel like there are any more coming. Which means we'll go out of initiative.
I feel that there are no more skeletons in this desert.
I can move freely now.
I'll move down towards Saren. I mean, he seems to know his way around this place, so probably stick to him. Seems to be a good idea. Because right now, nothing he can see is like not desert. I can see like grayish outlines of walls there and there.
Yeah, Kendrick will actually pull out a torch and light it so he can also see things.
This place is a bit too dark.
You can also ask Pimin to just cast a light spell on something,
I have to use these torches on something.
I guess.
Yeah, it looks like, at least according to the SRD, that the musket deals bludgeoning and piercing damage.
It does make sense for a musket. I just wasn't sure.
I'm not lying.
Zarin, yep, Zarin like wheels around. I don't see any others. Yet another reason that I wanted to stick close to walls, which we have not done.
Well,
If
I
you-
believe what you think should be done.
If you wander out there again, Professor, I will not follow you.
Any goodies on these
Hang on,
skeletons?
can you repeat that?
If you
the-
wander out there again, Professor, I will not follow you.
The
Ah,
skeletons do
good to
not
know.
have any possessions.
Well,
I'm going back to the damn wall. If I can follow this thing. I'm gonna take my 10 to avoid getting fucked.
New skill check. Take 10 in avoid getting fucked skill.
Like the opposite of profession masseuse.
Wow.
Well, we're
Are
looking
these just
at
like different elevation layers?
Yes.
Like sand? Okay.
Can we get up
This
there?
is on a small plateau. It's about 5 feet up. It would be a small climb, although not a terribly difficult one.
Let me go ahead and just put myself up. Not a big deal.
Yeah, with a take 10, you can all make it.
All right. Zaren's eyes scan around, and I do not see any more skeletons as of yet.
Don't disappear into the darkness.
Well, my torch should be lighting him. Lighting
Oh.
the place up.
Click on your thing. It doesn't light very far.
Oh.
Torch.
Yeah, torch light does not extend that far. I
Click
think
on
it's
your
like
if you click on your token, you can basically see what your character can see. The sort of darkish area is the area that's so shadowy, and the bright is what you can actually see.
Hmm.
So it's only like 15 feet.
You need to activate the torch somehow on my token.
I think it's
Torch,
already there.
At
At least you're counting as a light source for me.
torch normally reaches like 20 feet of bright light, then 20 feet of dim. I can't recall.
Seems to check out, yeah.
Hmm.
At least that's what mine does. Or rather, my light spell.
Right, I can't move that as far as I can see into the darkness. Let me slow my roll to 30 feet at a time. Oh, shit.
Place is huge.
place is huge. This biodome is something else.
So what exactly is a biodome used for?
Well, according to the professor, it's some sort of star zoo, I guess.
So, what
Stars?
exactly
What
is
do
a
you-
zoo
no.
used for?
There appears to be a smaller cavern opening, perhaps extending out of this sandy region.
I see it. Suppose we
Sorry, we'll, move over and peek down a little bit.
could continue following the walls here to see how big this thing actually is. If there was any place in here to get lost, this would be it.
Hmm.
Like, I could get lost in here pretty easily if I didn't stick to the walls.
Well, then just stick to the walls.
That's the plan.
Good idea.
Zarm will peek his head down further.
In this tunnel here, it does look like simply a tunnel in the rock at first glance, with rocks to either side. However, from the rocks to the north, there does seem to emanate a slight bluish glow with no apparent light source.
Zarin blinks and looks back. You can see that, Rothor, right?
Maybe. I don't know where is it cheap?
To the north over here.
Okay, yeah. Well, I can almost. If you reveal what I can see now, then I might be able to.
I mean, it's the blue glow that I'm talking about, so, I mean, I imagine you can see
Sure,
a blue
I can
glow.
see blue glow. I suppose. Yeah.
Hmm.
That seems strange. You might want to go closer to investigate it.
I would love to investigate.
Zarm will, move towards this corner of the tunnel and, poke his head around.
It looks like rock, except it's glowing.
Zarin blinks. That's not.
Hidden.
No.
I I roll to disbelieve.
Looking at the rock, thinking about it very strongly, you do think that this is not a rock wall.
Zarin will actually step close to it, and then, for a dramatic effect, he'll extend like his Earthbreaker, like into and through the wall. I love how I pantomime that in real life.
Yeah.
I could feel it.
The Earthbreaker does sink into the rock, although it does hit something with a metallic thunk.
Who would have thunk?
Hitting things generally
oh
works.
my god.
Zarin says, "This wall is not real. I think there's a door behind this."
Should open it.
Well, thinking that that isn't real, like, I think, like, normally, like, these things have, like, take, like a translucent effect on me, like, I'm supposed to see that it's not real, like, otherwise, I literally still can't see through it. I have to, like, poke my head into it.
Concentrating on it, you do think that you can kind of see through it, but it's very difficult, even once you actually know that it's not there. But you're pretty damn 100% certain that it's not actually a rock wall.
Okay. Zarin says, "Well, I can try to do something with it, but it's all there. Can you dispel this thing?" Zarin, like, says, looking back down the conga line.
I can't. How big is the space behind it?
How much of the Earthbreaker, the two-handed melee weapon, sinks into it? The false wall.
About half of it.
Oh.
Okay.
Not really enough to stand in, but
I mean,
almost.
an Earthbreaker is like 6 feet or something, right? Most two-handed weapons are like
Well,
as big
Professor,
as a person.
Why don't you peek your head in then? And Zarin will say as he, like...
Precisely!
Well, where the hell did I go?
Yeah, where'd it go?
I snap myself off the grid to, like, move myself to the side, and then suddenly I have...
Well, he's gone.
Your token disappeared completely.
Yeah. It's a sphere of annihilation behind that illusion. Do not go through.
The Stargate.
Your token is not on this map anymore. I don't know where you went.
Ah.
Dimension.
Well, it's a good thing I remember how many hit points I have. Let
Professor.
me go ahead and
Bring him back.
What did you do?
I snapped myself off the grid, and that means I no longer exist.
Yeah, well, I will push my way in, like, with my face.
Try to control V. Maybe you, instead of a snap to grid, hit the cut right under it. So there could be a...
No, well, I already copied my token from the last one, so it doesn't fucking, yeah. I may very well have hit cut, though. You're right, that does make sense. That's fine.
The illusion of the rock wall at the end of this tunnel does seem to be only a very thin layer, and putting your head through it lets you spot the door behind it.
Hello, door.
The door is ever so slightly ajar and does not look like opening it would be any problem whatsoever.
You said it's slightly ajar. Can I peek through the ajar portion?
Yes, you can.
What does we see?
Open it, Professor.
This room is, in fact, brightly lit by glowing panels in the ceiling.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Investigate! And I will open it.
And opening the door, you see that not only is the ceiling brightly lit, there's also a set of 2 machines, one on each side. Very similar to the one that you spotted before. However, these ones are sparking with electricity.
No, good.
In like a dangerous looking fashion? Or in like... Oh. I won't step in then.
I assumed as much.
What's in there?
It's much like the room that we used to enter this place, except the panels on the sides are sparking dangerously instead of sitting inertly.
Well, there's tubes and nozzles that twitch and hum.
Well, can you stop them from doing that?
Maybe, but it would be dangerous. I imagine that it's something that controls the biosphere in a way, or some kind of way to decontaminate, something like that. It's my guess, but it seems like they're malfunctioning. And
put his hand on Pyrion's shoulder. saying,
Both.
if we're meant to go through that door and succeed, then we will. I trust that you can deal with it.
Shonda, help me out of my breastplate, will you?
Shanda nods. Oh, sure.
Or just chainmail, rather. I forget
Yeah.
my own armor.
She
Wish I had.
loosens the belts and whatever the hell holds it.
Yeah. And Zarin will say, I will attempt to deal with this electrical thing. I do have some familiarity with technology,
Oh, God.
and it's nice to know that the professor did not get himself killed.
Shonda looks in there and says, I know a little bit what happens if you get hit by electricity. She binds a rope around Siren and says, in case you get stunned in there, we can pull you out.
Okay. Zarin, goes and, creeps into the edge. The problem is that I don't know what to try and disable device.
Knock yourself out.
I suppose I'll stare at the room using my mythical ability. Does there appear to be, if I step anywhere in the room, is this thing gonna, go off? Is there, a place that I can, stand to get to, one of these tube things that I can try to disable?
It does not seem like there's anything that triggers these sudden sparks of electricity. It does seem like they happen every 5 seconds to every half minute in random intervals.
That's terrifying. Okay. Zarin says, well, that's highly inconvenient. Why is this ship not regular?
Excuse me.
Ship? Looks around.
Right.
Regular?
Right. Right, ship thing. My character would not think that, even though I might think that. Zarin blinks. Not entirely sure what possessed him. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna pick one of the intervals, after, the electricity goes off. I'm gonna, move in there for those tubes and attempt to disable device.
Okay. Safe to say that you cannot take 10 or 20.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take 10
You
on
got
this one.
5 seconds.
Yep. I am going to utilize my nanite surge, and I'm also going to utilize my inspired. Yes, nanite surge, which means, that's going to be a revelation for the first time. Well, thankfully there's a false wall and no one can see through it. Yes!
I have no idea what's happening.
I'm pretty sure the professor is looking.
No, I'm completely watching your every move.
Well then, the professor is.
Oh, good lord! Can you drag me back into?
Dun, dun, dun.
There we go.
While the professor is peeking through the wall, then he will actually see the side of Zarin's face as the nanite circuitry lines begin to light up in a bluish tint all over his entire body as he leans towards the wall.
And the professor faints out of excitement.
Yeah, it just spins around with a hand to his forehead.
This is my first inspired roll, and this is my second inspired roll. Those are both shoddy rolls for me.
20 is a good roll. For level 1, that's...
Well, I rolled a 6 and I rolled an 8. Those are both terrible rolls for me.
Due to the, design, or rather the brokenness of this design.
I forgot to...
Yeah.
Yeah, I even add the +4 to that. Yeah. Shit.
It is not enough to shut this down. It keeps sparking ever so slightly, although it does not damage you yet at this moment.
Alright, Zarin will, blink in surprise, and then, he's going to, push out of the room and shove the professor aside.
Just a couple seconds after Zarin moves out, the electricity sparks again, but does not hit him.
Did it work?
That would be a negative. Perhaps if the system were fully functional, whatever it is, my attempts to disable it would have been effective. However, there's so much broken in there, I could not deduce what to alter. Judging by what is actually back there, it would be quite a shock to traverse through there. Although, Zarin, like, peeks his head, like, back in there. I move in there. You could time it and run and hope for the best. Maybe there's some way to deactivate that somewhere else in this desert thing.
I think if we want to go in there, the safest time to do it is to wait until it's gone twice in a very close interval, because it's very unlikely that it will go a third time in such an equally close interval. We'll have much more time.
That doesn't make sense.
Sure.
Well, if it's random.
Ready to sprint.
Nothing in life is random.
If it's random, then it's much less likely to go 3 times in a row than it is to go twice in a row.
We don't know what's on the other side. Would it be safer or rather wiser for us to walk around the entirety of the wall around the desert first?
Well, I think that's a brilliant idea.
I don't think the lightning is going anywhere.
Besides, if I was to have a big hole into something, then I would have it in the middle of the desert.
Zarin grunts as he puts his chainmail back on.
Might have been hot in here at one point. Torch makes things hot, I heard.
Oh, first disabled device. A check, even with 2 rolls, was a wash, guys.
I'm curious. What's your inspired thing? I don't. You know, Hunter.
It's a trait that allows me once per day to get 2 rolls on a skill check and take the better one.
And what does the nanite surge give?
That gives me 3+ character level on any D20 roll.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Like
once per day.
Man, it's fucking technology.
And I do have a +3 to disable device courtesy of the trait, and I do have the technologist feat.
Mm-hmm.
Such technology.
Like I said, poor rolls.
Well, just follow the. I mean, do you want to go first? Just you can see quite a lot further than any one of us.
Zarin nods, and we'll begin the trek around again. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Okay. See another small plateau with a slightly bigger mountain-like structure on top of it.
All right, Zarin will note that out.
Go on top of it.
Should go back to showing off my Tick 10. And it looks around. These just like columns out here on the plateau?
They look like rocky, tiny mountains, really. Not exactly hills. They're too steep for that, but they are, of course, not entire mountains, but tiny mountains.
All right. Like a torch in the middle of it?
Not immediately visible.
There's no hole in the ceiling?
Nope.
I suppose light would be... Well, actually, they blocked it, so...
The mountains do seem to be made out of rock and not rubble that fell from the ceiling.
Okay. Curious.
I'll move past the rocky protrusion to the other side. And this thing off to the west that I can see through my powerful vision, that's just a larger rocky protrusion, Sheep?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and move along here just to confirm that the wall continues in this otherwise chasm.
That is just the wall, yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Neat. Well, go ahead and keep walking around.
Looks over the roof. What are they doing?
This is my car focus.
How does it look when you turn on the car focus?
When you turn into a NASCAR
Transformer.
Zarin blinks at the thing over here to the northeast and says, "There appears to be, that might be more rocky protrusions." Poke his head and sort of slant it. "No, that looks to be another cavern entrance."
We should at least take a look around the edge of the cave finish first, I think.
Zarin tries to understand what he said. I didn't actually understand what you said.
I'm saying I think we should go around the edge of the cave first, just to get that.
Sure.
Like control room or something.
We can change the environment in here.
Snow.
No, fuck that.
Oh, Professor, you're so crazy.
Environment.
Snow.
Check to confirm that this thing does loop around and make sure there's no other cavern entrance thing. Zarin says, "This appears to loop around back to where we thought that aberrant looking thing."
So where the hell does this door lead?
Good
That's
questions.
the Oblivion.
Element,
No, that's like the Oblivion door. You know, it's when you finish a dungeon, you open that to get out this way.
Sure.
Alright,
It's a
Zarin
control
says,
room.
"Well, perhaps there's a way to disable the electricity fields inside the new cavern we've just found."
Mm-hmm.
Like. Professor, you like to investigate. Why don't you take a look through?
First, could be very dangerous in there.
That's never stopped you before.
But only when I see technology. Straight ahead, here, it's just sand.
I think there's some technology in there. I mean, chances are.
Simeon looks unconvinced.
Zarin peeks his head into this little nodule here.
In this nodule, slightly hidden by the sand, Zarin does spot what looks like, well, tools, but rock tools rather. Something that looks like it's supposed to be a spear, as well as a crude plate and other very primitive implements.
Professor, what if I told you that instead of technology, I found the absence of technology?
I'd be much less excited.
That it then followed that up that in this place of metal and sand, I found crude tools, which apparently exist alongside these electric fields and absurd blacksmith tongs.
Could have come in here with some of the things from the deep below.
It seems to suggest that some sort of primitive tribe lived here, I guess.
Maybe that's what lived on this desert?
I believe whatever this was, it was created many, many years ago. It would make sense for whatever made it to be very primitive, yes.
Perhaps that's what the skeletons once were?
Perhaps.
Well, Professor, I know how much you like finding answers to these mysteries, and
Yes.
that is certainly a smaller passage. It would take me some time to wiggle through with my chainmail, he says, pointing to the smaller passageway.
Yeah, I get it. Let's see. Squeeze.
Oh, God.
In here, Pimian
It
does
works.
see more signs of primitive implements, as well as on the walls there are the occasional depiction of four-armed humanoids in various acts of hunting and living and other things. Many of these pictures also seem to depict those four-armed humanoids to be hunting even stranger creatures.
That's just strange.
Strange creatures, you say.
Do any of these creatures look like the thing that we fought out at the entrance of the desert, Sheep?
You can spot a picture of that, yes, on
Okay.
one of those walls here. However, it does not seem like the four-armed humanoids are actively hunting that. The things
Alright.
they are hunting are spiky lizard things and other creatures that even Pimian has never even heard about.
I'll look out for spiky lizard-looking things in the future.
How big are these spiky lizard-looking things compared to the skeletons?
About half the size. So about
Oh,
the
okay.
size of a large dog.
No, that's not
Or
so
a
scary.
halfling.
Or the size of
Yeah.
a
Or a
halfling, yes.
halfling.
Yeah.
Dun,
Spiky
dun, dun.
halflings!
Progenitors to the halfling race.
Halflings usually had
Any-
huge spikes.
Any knowledge skill to check what kind of creatures they would be?
The creatures would be knowledge nature.
Oh well, I don't have that one. Maybe Pimian.
Zarin peering around. Contrary to what anyone might think, I cannot see through cavern walls, despite my enhanced vision. Rothal, why don't you try throwing a torch again?
Sort of looks to Saren to see if anyone has one that they're willing to throw.
I don't actually have a torch.
No, I don't have one either.
Well, I have this burning one here. You can take
Oh,
it.
sure. I'll take the burning torch and throw it down the. It doesn't hit that wall.
I mean, hell, I helped find that
brown
brown
mold
mold
flows
or
like
whatever.
crazy?
Yeah. Well, then we'll have to find some more like ice vial thing.
Okay. Let me just...
Maybe like a light source or something down there.
That's... The torch turns into a giant
Oh
campfire.
God! Question marks.
Oh,
enough.
wow.
What?
It turns into a pyre.
It was like an...
Snake and the devil.
It's like an instant campfire and witch burning.
Wow.
Yes.
Victor
you know
says
the
it's
tribal
not-
traditions.
There's now light there from the burning torch that is totally not a campfire.
Okay.
Doesn't really help me
It's
much.
a witch pyre. Shit.
Nothing exploded, so I'm probably okay.
Yeah, there's actually a witch on there.
So I don't think that's a witch. That's a devil.
Why would you burn a devil? That makes no sense.
Yeah, they're kind of immune to that. But
Wow.
Vivian,
Professor? Scream at the top of your lungs if you get eaten by a horrible coral plant thing.
I'll pick up the torch.
Will do.
give him the end of the rope.
Here we
Just
go.
tuck
Here's the rope. Yeah.
Do I need to make escape artist checks to get in there?
No. It takes a while to squeeze through there because even you have to squeeze, but you can make it eventually. There are more signs of detritus, really, of rubble and broken things.
Puts down the rope. Begins to go the other way.
What do you see, Professor?
I'm waiting to see what I see.
Essentially just rubble. Although there is one unusual depiction on the south wall here, which seems to depict a number of these four-armed humanoids, and in the what is probably supposed to be the sky, a grey oblong shape.
Hmm.
Does he describe that to us?
I will,
The humanoids on the depiction seem to be kneeling under the grey oblong shape in the sky.
Is it like carved into the wall or drawn onto the wall?
It's painted with some sort of dye.
Does it leave could I do like a rubbing basically? Or would I have to like try to redraw it if I were to?
I'd say that the dye has like enough dust sticking to it that you could do a rubbing. Of course, not with color.
No, that's fine. But I will take a piece of paper and a stick of charcoal and do a rubbing.
Sure.
We hear this weird rubbing sound. I'm not sure what the professor's doing. Better leave that alone.
Hope he's okay.
And then I will bring the rubbing out.
I think he's rubbing.
I was rubbing.
She nods. I knew it.
This is what I was rubbing.
Ah!
He shows it.
Oh, that's so dirty.
Kainrik's eyes immediately focus on the drawing. What is that?
I have no idea. Not at all.
Mm. Any knowledge check on that ship?
What question are you looking to answer?
Is it alien?
I mean, considering the fact that neither Pimian nor you have hardly heard anything, if anything at all, about any of the creatures you've so far encountered, one could come to the conclusion. But since it's not going to be written in any sort of book that this is in fact alien, it's not really something you could use a knowledge check for.
Well, I mean, if they've been long enough in these caverns, maybe that's from the starfall, right? When like all of these mountains fell from the sky. Maybe that's a mountain. She points at the grey thing.
Maybe. I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility.
Ask P-Man if after we get out of here that I could make a copy of the drawing.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, let's go and find the others. Hopefully they haven't
Perhaps
strayed
there
too
are
far.
more answers or drawings in this other passageway that is far wider. Let's see here.
Just like a straight flat wall here. Oh, there we go.
These caverns are certainly interesting considering the metal ceiling above us.
It is odd. Perhaps the mountain fell on the caverns and have created an artificial ceiling, so to speak.
There doesn't appear to be any holes up there.
Frowns. Maybe. But then we have seen...
As Rofor moves here, he very quickly notices that the ground is incredibly sticky. I would like you to roll a fortitude save, as the ground hardens along your feet.
Sure.
Well,
I know what this means.
That is a failure. You are entangled. We will also go into initiative.
It's Shrieger time! Or whatever it was called.
And it does get the surprise on you.
Blay! There it is.
Wait.
As the amount of detritus, rubble, and tools really isn't just that. As from the rubble shoot out tentacles
It's advanced.
that strike at Rofor.
You boned. It's advanced.
It is significantly bigger than the last one.
Oh no. Ouch.
and that's hitting what, flat-footed, and he's entangled. What all does entangled means?
Entangled is a negative to Dex, and his flat-footed currently is 14. So the second one hits.
Okay.
Almost all my health.
Yep.
Heinrich.
Oh, we just skipped me. I see.
That's a
you
good
you
point.
said I get a surprise round.
You should be first. That is
Okay.
perfectly fine.
Oh god, no,
Sorry,
that's another one.
hearing the slam of the tentacle and says, "Oh." Free action to drop current focus, swift action to adopt stag focus. I can describe that for you later, Jonas.
Yes.
Then move action to go here. So still can't really see that much. So take another move action to walk here and then see the thing and remember what he prophesied, and the sticky ground pretty much ends where Rovor is. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me draw it like so.
Okay. I will come to a... I'm just going to stand there. And Zoran says, "It's another one of those aberrant things that we fought at the entrance," and end my turn.
Okay, the thing will attack Rofa again.
I'm dead.
Well, the second one hits for 10 points of damage.
Oh.
It will
You're
then
just
slurp
down.
forward. Kenrick.
Well,
It's down, Drothor!
well, I will move down until I can actually see it. Yep, certainly a thing. And I will cast a spell on it, which is the sleep spell.
Sleep that fucker.
Yeah. Let's see.
It cuddles with row 4.
That means it has to roll a will save, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 10 burst radius, so I'll just try to...
Yeah, you hit it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yep.
does
Oh
not
god,
roll a
that
save.
will save. Holy crap. Well,
Looks like this creature's probably said, you know, I've slept enough, and I've had enough of this shit.
that is some will save on that thing.
That was
Anyone
a,
can roll
That
a big
was a
tick.
19, though.
Anyone can roll a big number, right?
Okay. Come here.
I can't.
I have one more spell.
Save him, Professor!
Yes.
Yes! Maximum
Alright.
saving!
Oh, you're getting sticky, Professor.
No, the
okay.
the sticky ground does not move with the
Oh,
creature.
that's good. I'll just do that so I can see stuff again.
Alright.
Well, I'm actually not awake still, so
That's odd. You should be.
You should be.
yeah. But it didn't wake me up. I just have to turn off all the.
So now you should be able to rage.
Well, the shrieks and she sees that Kenrick is pulling out the big guns with like proper spells now, so she's kind of worried what's going on around this corner. Moves down here, sees the thing, and like frowns and tries to shoot it.
That does not hit. Rofal, you are conscious.
And prone and entangled.
Yes.
And wounded, which is not generally a good combination. I'm just deactivating some of the things here. Alright, so one of my things, that's a bad thing. I'm in bad shape. How hard are these things to hit, guys? Do you remember?
I know. I don't remember.
Okay.
We weren't in combat with the first one for very long.
Because I'm kind of in a bad
I mean, I
position
hit
here.
it. I hit it with a 14.
It's gonna hit me on like an 8 if I rage, so that's pretty crap.
Can you even stand up while entangled?
Yeah, but it gets an attack of opportunity then against my like weak form and knocks me
Oh.
down again.
Right.
Can you
So that doesn't really help anything.
can you crawl away from the entanglement?
That
No,
would
without
also
getting
provoke.
to attack of opportunity. Yeah.
So in that case, it might just be better to just take the -4 penalty to the attack rolls and like.
I'm thinking maybe just total defense it for +4 AC.
It might just ignore you because you've already been downed and aren't doing anything against it.
Maybe. Can't move
You can't
forward
really
though.
progress past
It
him.
might
though.
sit on my face, which does not sound like a pleasant thing.
And you can stab it in the butt.
It doesn't have a butt. It's buttless.
Blasphemy.
No.
Well,
I mean, this is a bad tactical position to be in. So I guess I should just like my move speed is 10 feet as well, so I couldn't even move away.
Can you? And you can't take a withdraw action because you're lying down.
So I guess
Can
I
you?
should just try to get out of the way, right? That would be the best thing to do right now. So I guess I should just rage and then stand up. Which I suppose will provoke.
rage and stand up. That will indeed provoke.
I am so pissed at you right now.
Me?
No.
Oh,
No, Manikai.
That, however, misses.
wonderful. Then I will also use a move action to like walk over here.
No, P-Man.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
She pulls back a little bit. I'm still entangled after leaving the goop.
Yes.
Okay.
I might not be fine, to be honest.
Let's find out.
Hey, your AC is not bad.
There's that one spot where you could hit him and not be gooped.
I really think handling this in range combat's a better idea.
That your turn?
Yeah, I used all my actions. So yeah.
Okay. The sticky sand stuff on your feet does disappear, and you are no longer entangled.
Oh well, I'll go back once again.
Zaren.
All right. Free action to drop the stag focus. Swift action to adopt bull focus. There enough room? It does look like that. Over half of that is free space as opposed to cavern wall. Sheep, can I
Yes,
stand
you
there?
can stand there. That's
All right. Zaren is looking back at all of the range characters and looking at Rothor's condition, figures that, well, fucking gonna have to take one for the team here. And sob profusely as I cry into my pillow with my Earthbreaker.
Did you 5-foot step or did you move?
I moved. That was an actual move, actually.
Okay, but he doesn't have a attack left, so you're fine.
Yeah. I was hoping he didn't have
He's like
combat
soaked
reflexes
better.
and 50 bajillion, like...
Actually, he does.
Oh, well,
So
damn.
he is going to take another attack opportunity and miss.
Well, that's an important lesson to learn, everyone. I'm glad we had that moment together.
That is a hit.
As Zaren will bring the Earthbreaker and his emotionless face down on the creature, beginning to try and chip away at it.
You chip away ever so slightly. As the creature will retaliate against Zaren.
Hope you've got this, Sean. Oh! That takes me to
Staggered,
0
yeah.
hit points. Yeah, staggered.
Huh.
Go ahead.
Will then take a step backwards.
I mean, that's fine.
Goes.
Are we okay with that? I think we're okay with that.
Kenrick.
Oh, I will try to cast the same spell again. Don't I need to roll anything when I cast that, or?
No.
No, it rolls a save.
Okay.
Okay, you cast sleep again.
Aha!
It fails, I believe. What is your DC on sleep? I know that it fails in this case, but it for the future, just tell me the DC and what save I have to roll.
Oh, well, I get 4 from my charisma, and I have the enchantment focus as well.
And
How
your
much does
level.
enchantment focus at?
And
My
the
level
spell's
1.
level, yeah. It falls asleep. The tentacles drooping.
Now, do we pull out, or can we?
No, I can, if I can crit it, which I can with my musket if I do a coup de grace, I can do a lot of damage to that thing.
Can you do range coup de grace?
I'm not sure.
I thought it was...
You have to be adjacent. You
Okay.
can do it with a ranged attack, but you have to be adjacent.